All right, you guys, part three here. Last section of this whole thing. Sorry it's taking a little bit longer. There's a lot of drawing and explaining to do and everything with this whole thing. So now, let me move this over just a little bit. And then let's move down a little bit. So now, here's an interesting thing that we are talking about this time is now the reflection is across, which is a diagonal line, which is y equals x. So here we go. So highlight this. This is the formation that's going to go to. Now notice what happens here. X and Y is here, and then it switches to what? Y and X. So basically these things are just flip-flopping spots. If you look at this example over here, here's our A, which is 5 comma negative 5 comma 2, switches to now 2 comma negative 5. So it's just opposite of it. So that, I mean, they just flip-flop spots. Again, same thing here. B, negative 1 comma 4. Therefore goes to 4 comma negative 1, so just a switching of spots. So let's look at a couple of those examples, and then we are done with this section for today. Okay, so let's check this out. Only two examples left, and then we're going to review again everything that's here, which is kind of nice. So all right, here we go. So it says, right, reflect the figure across where y equals x. So that means we could draw a line that looks like this. And I'm going to show you a couple little shortcuts or tricks or what do you want to call it. I don't know if it's really ever a shortcut, but so we'll draw a line of reflection which looks like this. Okay, now nice thing about this is we draw that thing already. Notice that A is on the line of reflection. Therefore, A, when we go to A prime, is going to be different. Okay, so it's going to be the exact same. So let's look at A. So we're going to go A prime, and we're going to say 1 comma 1 because we swap spots. Okay, so let's go B. Since it's 3 comma 2, we're going to go now 2 comma 3. Make sure we get our prime in there. Okay, so let's go to C prime. Here we're looking at that one, which is 4 comma negative 1. So that means we're going to go negative 1 comma 4. And then the last one, D prime, we're going to switch those two, which is going to be negative 3 comma 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot these on there. Let's go 1, 1, which we already know, so we're going to call this one A prime. Now we're going to go 2, 3, okay, which is our B. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, and then we're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's our B prime there. Okay. And then C is at negative 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're all the way up here now with C prime. And then we got this here so that we look here at negative 3, 2. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and up 2. And that's our D prime there. And then once we get that, we got our points. Okay, so it's different a little bit than reflection because it almost looks like it's a little bit more of a rotation, you know, twisting a little bit more versus a thing. And then if we wanted to, if we were to draw a line, a dashed line from here to D, we would notice that these are going to be perpendicular. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, so any questions on that one? All right, you can pause this for a second and then try this one on your own and then come back and look at the one that I'm going to draw here again. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my line of reflection, which asks me to do this. Okay, that's my line of reflection. Now it's going to go ahead and plot my points here. Now they don't even have them on here, which is good. So we can sit there and go, okay, E prime. So let's look at E. All we have to do is flop spots. Okay, so 1, negative 3. F prime is going to be 3 comma negative 1. G prime is going to be 2 comma 1. And then F, or H prime, sorry, is going to be negative 1, negative 3. Okay, so they ask you to really actually plot your original one, which is negative 3. 1, 2, 3, up 1. That's my E. F is at negative 1, comma 3, 1, 2, 3. This is F. G is at 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, and then H is at negative 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 1 is here. Okay, so then we go ahead and plot our points here. Kind of interesting. So I'm going to double check because it doesn't look quite right. So negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See, that's where I messed up. Did you guys see that? Negative 3. You guys should have told me. 1, 2, 3, up 1. So this should be here, then here. This would not exist because I thought something looked kind of funny there. So there we go. Now we just do a reflection across it, and we notice if we're going to do it, we're going to go perpendicular. Looks like we're going to go here. I'm going to predict that it's H prime is there, so let's look. H prime is negative 1, negative 3, negative 1, 1, 2. Oh, it's kind of close. So here we go as our H prime. We're going to go 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. That's our G prime. Notice that that is perpendicular by a diagonal on that one. Then we're going to go 3, negative 1, 1, 2, 3, negative 1. Again, that's our F prime. And then our E prime is 1, negative 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's our E prime. So there we go. Again, looking at what we got here, we'll double check 1, negative 3. See, that's where I messed up again. So you got this, see, negative 1, negative 3 is E. Okay, good. F is at 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 1. G is 2 and 1, and then H is negative 1, negative 3. Okay. See, my drawing's horrible today. Look at it this time around. There we go. Okay. All right. Questions? That was horrible. Horrible way to end on that one. All right. So the last part we got on this page for our notes is just a review of everything that we just talked about. So reflection across the x-axis means it's this line right here. Okay. That means that the y's change. Okay. Crossing now the y-axis. Notice what changes on when the x's change, but the y's stay the same. And then when we get y equals x, all we're doing is flip-flopping spots. Okay, hope you guys got that. Enjoy. Yeah, you can go ahead and start working on your 3.1 assignment online. If any questions or concerns, you can always just message me in Teams. All right, have a good one, and we will talk to you later.